Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today it's all about Right the Ranch. The minute I saw not really the stamp set, but the dies. We got different dies that coordinate with this stamp set. So we got the horse right here, and that's that would be the cow, the horseshoe, the A, clouds, and we get like the field, and then we got the big, if you want to do a window, and also we are using the fence and the windmill. So the minute I saw that, it grabbed my attention, because back in Cheyenne, our property in the back, if you see, we get the windmill right at the top of the hill there. So this is a picture that I took when I was there at Christmas time. And so this card right here, that's what inspired me to do this card. So I'm going to share how I done both of them here. And I'm just going to do one, but I'm going to share how I do the moon and so on. So let's get started. So the moon, I am using the moon, or it could be the sun. I was thinking more the moon there. Again, it's the circle celebration. But this time, I got an extra tip on that one. So what I done, I used smoky slate, and I inked my stamp with smoky slate. I took Daffodil Delight, or So Saffron. I think Daffodil or So Saffron. I got Daffodil here. And I just used this sponge and went a little bit. So to get a little bit of the yellow in my moon with kind of that gray. Now I stamped this. And to make it easier for when you're going to do the background, the sky there. See? I think that looked like that night moon. It's not the harvest moon, right? So I'm just washing that, and after I done that, I stamp with Versamark. So let me grab my Versamark. And because I wanted a thick layer and just the ink, I was like, it doesn't matter if you're right at the same spot, you know, those little crevice in the moon, that doesn't matter. I stamped that with Versamark. I use clear embossing powder. So let me put my clear embossing powder on this. Whoops, I almost had a fiasco there. And then it's that. Now, let me do this quick. You're going to see it's going to start kind of shining when it's melted. Let's see. There we go. As the gun gets hotter, well, the heat tool gets hotter, then it melts very quick. Here we go. Okay, so now when you're going to do your sky, so I use the Night of Navy for the sky. Let me get some powder. I don't like sponge with the powder there. Here we go. Just make sure this is clean. So when you're going to use the Night of Navy to do your sky, for a night sky, I'm using the blending brush. And then just see, you don't have to pay attention to the moon, because yes, you're going to have some blue where the opening, but that is okay. And then I just keep on adding and adding the sky there. See, that's how I done the sky. And then at the top, I keep on adding darker and darker. So now you get a clue how that is done. When you're done with all your sponging and so on, take a rag and just wipe. That's going to take all the blue on top of the moon. So that's how I done this one. Okay, we're going to move that aside. Now I'm going to share how I done the sunrise. By the way, that was a sunrise. The picture that I shared with you, that was a sunrise. So now if you notice in the stamp set, the cowboy on the horse here, it's detail, or it's open. Well, we're going to turn that to be a silhouette. And the trees in this, it's mountain air that I'm using for the trees. Because looking at my picture, I had some trees and I wanted to add that. So one thing that I done, because it's a hill in the back of our yard, I just took a piece of paper and I just did myself a mask here. Here we go. That's it. Now the first part, I want it very dark at the bottom. So I put this right here. I want more at the top. I mean, less ground and more sky, okay? Because I want to have space to work with the sky. I am using my old olive and I use direct. So if you do that at your own risk, or you can use a sponge or the blender pen, the blender brush, whatever works. You want to hold this tight, and then I just drag my ink pad directly on this. Then after, and I've been doing quite a bit of card today, I think it's time to re-ink. So if your ink pad, it's very juicy, it's going to be way darker, okay? It's time for me to re-ink this. After I was done with that, I wanted a bit of brown also, because if you all been to Cheyenne, Wyoming, you know that we don't have much green there. It's a lot of sage and tumbleweed and brown, put it that way. Now I'm using the blender brush with soft suede. Start on your scrappy paper, bring it down. And this one won't be as dark as the one that I did there. Like I said, my ink pad was a lot juicier. So I added some of the brown in this. So you see, I always start on my scrap paper so I don't have those circles. That's a big tip, I think, to go with the brush. You want to start on the scrappy paper. And really, this one, I should have used, and I got one right here. I like to use, this is from Designer Series paper, you know, the packing that it come with. So I use a lot less ink and it blends so much easier. See, keep on bringing that in. It make it life a lot easier to blend this way. Okay, so that's going to be about right here. Okay. Now it is the sky. The sky, I play a little bit with the color, and if you notice on my picture, it is quite a bit of pink in that. See all that pink orangey? So that's what I was going for. Now I got it quite a bit dark here. Now we're going to start with yellow, and I started really with So Saffron. So I'm going to flip this. I learned from the other card, if this is not all dry, it wants to bring some green and so on. I don't want that. So we're going to use, I'm going to wipe this here. And then I'm going to go with So Saffron. And I'm going to bring some So Saffron. I want to keep bits of white, because that's where the blue is going to be. So that's just going to give me a little bit of pattern there. Now the next one, you see it's very light. The next one, I'm going to go with blue. I don't know if I still have blue on this a bit. You just want a little bit. So this was a leftover of Night of Navy, but if you don't have no blue on a sponge, I would use balmy blue, because you don't want too dark. You don't want that dark. So now that is the blue, very light blue. You barely see it, right? Going to keep the yellow open. Then I'm going to go with pumpkin pie. And I'm using the same brush here, just wipe this a bit. Okay, again, go on the side. Now we're going to add a little bit more. And that doesn't matter how many scenery you're going to do. All of them going to look different because it's impossible really to know exactly, okay, about how hard you push and so on. But the color are about the same tone. Going to keep the orange open. The next one, it is Flirty Flamingo. So I open my Flirty Flamingo here. And then we're going to add our pink. And this, I'm going quite a bit of heavy on this. At the bottom, I keep a little bit more orange, but the top, it's more pinkish I'm going to go, okay? So you're going to say, well, why all those colors? That's the combination that I did to get the color that I got there. And you see, I'm keeping some blue there. Absolutely, I want some blue, just like my picture. Now I'm going to add more pink. That's about it. So don't fuss too much over it. That looked pretty good to me. Can maybe add a bit more here. And then if you want, after you're done with all your color, I think that's going to be good. After you add all your other element, it's going to really change the look. I can take a little bit of the blue, and you know what, I'm going to go with balmy blue like I said. Here we go. Go there. I don't want... Here we go. Now I get some blue in my sky also. Okay, how I done the horse. I use Memento black ink. And we're going to, that's what I stamp first. But at the bottom, you get those, the grass there. I'm wiping off the grass. It's still going to show, but I don't want I don't want that to show a lot. Put it that way. Now I'm going to stamp that right here. Is at about the top of the hill there. Give a good impression. Boom. See, I get barely any of the grass. I'm using the right marker, and I'm using the brush, and I color all of him for the silhouette. I'm not paying attention to any of the detail. I just want to keep the silhouette. So the tail, everything on this, that's how I done this. So very simple to do a silhouette. So even if you wipe a little bit of the feet of the horse, when you wipe the grass, that's okay, because you're going to come back and you can add that on, right? Because you're still going to have the shadow, so you don't have to draw. So that's how I done the silhouette of the cowboy on the horse. Maybe he's not a cowboy. It's not everybody riding a horse a cowboy, right? Well, maybe so. I don't know. I ride horse, and I don't considering myself a cowgirl, right? Here we go. So that, I mean, it looked complicated maybe, but it's very simple. Here. And to get it darker and darker, you can go more if you want, but I think that is plenty. Now, after this is done, that's when you're going to stamp your trees from Mountain Air. So we're going to go right on top of this, and it won't even show that we go on top. If it does, we can color back on top. So, oops, I get a little bit here. Here we go. Now we're going to leave that like that. I'm using the single tree in Mountain Air. And right now I got a little up right here. So because it's a photopolymer, I'm going to use the foam under. So let me bring my foam. And this is now my good foam. I swear stuff are walking away. Well, I'm still going to use this one here. Okay, I'm going to put that under. And then I'm going to use, again, Memento black ink. And we're going to stamp the trees. Right on top of the horse here. Voila. And then if you want, like, let's say some different size of the horse, of the trees, you can put that right there and this there. Oh, I should have had it a little bit lower there. Here we go. Because you want different, you don't want all the same size, right? Three. Up there, I get some black there. I'm going to make sure to take care of that. That's not good because it's looking like the tree. Here we go. Here we go. You just add your trees. I had some black there that I don't like, but it is what it is for now. So after I was done with that, I took the wheel, not the wheel, but the windmill. I got them cut in silver. And if you see, I got different color in mine. I use the blends. I was playing with it. So this is silver. And the same with the fence. So what you can do is, I try different color. And one color that I really like, it is the cedar, cinnamon cider. So let's use the brush and I just add a little bit of character, like maybe some rust. And here's another tip. If you don't like the blends, the color that you use, you can take the color lifter and remove it that way. I like the cedar, cinnamon cider, because it looks like rust. And I think a lot of the time it's kind of rusty, right? So I just add a bit. Here we go. So what I was saying about the lifter, if you take the lifter, let's say that you're like, oh, I don't like this spot, that part, you can take this and boom, it remove it. So you don't have to worry about that. So I use the adhesive in the back, the adhesive sheet. You just pull that out. Voila. That's another beauty about the adhesive sheet. Oh, that's perfect. It's going to cover my black there. Here we go. So it looks like it's in front of the tree. Now I take my fence. That is it. It's very, well, for me it's fun. I love masculine card. I love to do scenery. So for this, for me, it was a winner. So, and then for my greeting, this one I put life is a journey, enjoy the ride. So it could be a happy birthday too. We got many thanks, that's mighty kind of you, good luck, take time for this simple thing. Oh, I like that. Happy birthday. I'm gonna use back life journey because that's what I got right here. Well, I thought I had it right here. And that is it. And that I stamp with the Memento ink. Right now I get a mess. I cannot find it. So I will stamp that after I clean a little bit of, oh, here it is. That's what happened when you're so excited to start a video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, put that right here, give a good impression. Et voila. That is it. Then I'm going to mount that on black. I think it look very good. But you see the horse and the cowboy there? We don't even see the tree that we stamp on top of it. I got almost the same color there, but that's how I play with those colors. See, I still see some blue. Just remember that blue and yellow make green, so you don't want to rub that too much. And here was with the full moon. So that is it, my friend. Right below you get the direct link to my blog. I will have all measurement, all supplies that I use, and all the colors that I use. So if you like what you see, give me that thumbs up. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Have a lovely week. Bye-bye for now.